A warm welcome to all of you in the 16th session of Chess with Gaurav Bakliwal, Season 2. I am Vishrit Bakliwal from Pune, India. It is my privilege and honor to be the volunteer for today's session. Today's game was played in Belgrade between the great attacking player Tal and Smyslov in 1959. This game is described by experts as Tal's immortal game. It is an outstanding attacking game and is a real treat to watch. After that, Gaurav sir will show an amazing move of the day played by Janowski in 1925. So, without wasting much time, I request our own Gaurav sir to take this session forward.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Vishrut. What an amazing anchoring and what a nice future of India I can foresee. And Vishrut is, of course, it's my family and he is my nephew and I'm proud to be, Bade Papa of him. And what a nice anchoring he has done, Vishrut Bakliwal. Well done. Okay, good evening, audience. Yes, I can see a lot of people. Of course, Vaibhav is there, Arisha, Mishka, Sharvi. Aradhya has joined us from Dubai, Singapore. I'm sorry. Saket is there. Pradosh has joined from USA. Thank you so much, Pradosh. People like you, as I told earlier, make this session global. Right. And of course, Medhansh has joined today. Medhansh Mantri is here with us. Right. Well done, audience. Good evening, everyone. You can write in chat. Good evening. Yes, good evening, everyone. Okay. So today I would like to share a game of Mikhail Tal, and Tal was 8th world chess champion, 8th world chess champion. And before Tal and Smyslov, whatever we talk, I'll forget. Let me wish each and every audience and the viewers on YouTube as well a very happy Ashadi Ekadashi. Today is a very auspicious day, and it marks the Lord very auspicious day for Lord Vishnu followers. And there is a sleep cycle which Lord Vishnu starts today, and digestion process for the body. If you eat well next 4 months, all these kind of things is there. Very auspicious day today. And one more thing is that I got to know that from today something like Chomasa is called as Chomasa. That starts or something like that. Anyways, chess is a game which can be played at any point in time, whatever the situation is and whatever the idea is. Now coming to today's game, as I told you, it is between Tal and Smyslov. And as Vishrut rightly mentioned, Tal is a very attacking chess player. People used to fear his attack. Although, if you see Tal sacrifices, which have been analyzed in detail, and they are refuted today by great engines, they have been able to refute them. But of course, it's a different issue altogether when you play on the board one-on-one, and the kind of time pressure that one is in. It is almost impossible to find the correct winning moves or correct moves which can defy the sacrifices that Tal used to do. Now, Tal was from Russia, and he was a very attacking chess player, very humorous person as well. And he was good in piano as well. He used to play piano a little bit as well. And a lot of things about Tal I can share. He was the 8th world champion and he defeated Mikhail Botvinnik to become the world champion. And both Tal and Smyslov were from USSR, Russia. And both had one thing more in common. Both were world champions. There was one more thing in common. And let me ask if audience is very smart. Of course, you can Google as well if you want. One more thing, amazing coincidence was common between Tal and Smyslov. Can you write in chat, audience? And of course, Vishnu, you can speak on mic. You have the power today. If you want, you can speak in mic if you know the answer. What do you think was common? One more common thing between Tal and Smyslov, both from Russia, both were world champions. What else? One more thing, strange coincidence thing was common. Yes, audience. Any idea?
Sir, I'm not sure about it.
Okay. You are not sure. Okay. Yes, audience, anyone wants to write? Both had one strange coincidence common. Tal and Smyslov. Both were from Russia. Both were world champion. 7th world champion was Smyslov. And 8th world champion was Mikhail Tal. What was another thing common in them? You will be surprised. I'll tell you. They were of same age. No. Tal became the youngest world champion actually. Tal was the youngest world champion. At the age of 23 years, he became world champion. And that record was later broken by Gary Kasparov, you know. And I think later on, probably by Carlson. I'm not very sure. But Gary Kasparov broke the record of Tal. Now I'll tell you the coincidence which had. Both were called as winter champions. Both were called as winter chess champions. Why? Pay attention. In 1957, Ismailov defeated Botvinnik to become world champion. Okay. In 1958, after exactly 1 year, Botvinnik did a rematch with Ismailov and he defeated him. So Ismailov was world champion for only 1 year, or even not for full 1 year. He defeated Botvinnik. Botvinnik defeated him back. Ismailov. Mikhail Tal defeated Botvinnik in 1959-60 World Championship cycle to become the world champion. And Botvinnik again defeated Mikhail Tal in 1961 to reclaim the world championship. So this was a strange coincidence between Tal and Ismailov. Both were referred as winter champions because they only lasted for one winter. And the same player, Mikhail Botvinnik, disturbed disturbed or kind of destroyed their world championship for only 1 year. So I have got the game today. Tal and Ismailov, both were from Russia, and let us see the game. Let me share the screen with you. Now this game was played, as Vishnu rightly mentioned, in 1959, and this was also in World Championship cycle, the 1959 World Championship cycle, when Tal was a champion in candidates tournament, and he came first by a huge margin of 2 points, and Smyslov came fourth in this event. Tal became the challenger to Botvinnik, and he defeated Botvinnik as well. Okay, so I can see a very handsome Vishnu Bakliwal on screen as well. Wow, what a nice, cute boy he is looking today.
Thank you, sir.
And what about me, Vishrut? मैं कैसा लग रहा हूँ? शानदार कुर्ता और
Yes, very smart and handsome.
ना धोके, I am like shaved and I take bath every Sunday these days because of these sessions. एक ये फायदा तो हुआ ही है इन सेशनों से. Okay, so let's begin, my dear friends. Tal is white and Smyslov is black. Okay? Right. So let's see the game. इसमें तो आपको माइक म्यूट रखना पड़ेगा and whenever you have to speak, आप अनम्यूट करके वापस म्यूट कीजिए, है ना? Right. E4 and C6 was played in the game. So audience, can you please write in chat? And Vishnu, you can speak up if you want. What is the name of this opening?
The Caro-Can opening.
Caro-Can defense is told by Vishnu. Oh, well done. Audience, is it right? Is he correct? Vishnu, sahi bol raha hai kya? Saket is writing yes. Caro-Can. Sharvi is writing Caro-Can. But Sharvi ने spelling लिखी है Karokan. साकेत ने लिखी है Karokhan. कैरो खान बना दिया उसने. कैरो खान, किंग खान, शाहरुख खान, आमिर खान, कैरो खान. Okay, Mishka is telling, sir, I don't know. Caro-Can defense is the correct answer. So E4, C6. Now here the correct move is D4. And after D5, you have got knight C3, knight D2. But the most popular move is E5, bishop F5, bishop to D3, bishop into, pawn to E6, E3, C5, knight E2, and knight C6 with almost equal game. In fact, I would say black is doing very well here because it is converted to a kind of a French defense with the bishop getting away and not hidden inside. So the only problem with black is bishop on C8 as far as the French defense is concerned, and it has also moved away and it has been exchanged with the very, very good bishop of white. So black's problem is solved. So this is very good position for white as well as for black, of course. But in the game, I'll tell you E4, C6, and Tal played the move D3. So it's not bad, of course. In opening, you can play anything. And if you follow Magnus Carlsen's games, audience, I'm sure you will agree with me. You can actually play anything in the opening. I have seen games of Magnus Carlsen where he plays E4 and then he plays bishop to d3. Can you believe? And then he plays pawn to c3, and then bishop to c2, and after 5-7 moves he plays d4. I mean, what kind of idea is this? I have never seen e4 bishop d3 in my life till I saw Carlsen's game. Anyway, so e4 c6 d3, the game continued d5, knight to d2, e5, knight f3, attacking the e5 pawn, no problem, simple move. Knight d7, developing a piece and defending the e5 pawn, no problem. And now d4 was played here, which is the first novelty, d4. Now he went for d4. Now that his e4 pawn is supported by the knight, d4 is supported by this knight, he tried to open the center. Very good idea, very nice idea. So after d into e4, knight into, pawn into, queen into, almost equal position, I will say, knight f6, developing a piece. Now here, one idea can be knight d6 check. And after bishop into d6, queen to d6, this can be one idea. But of course, Tal will not exchange pieces like this. And after queen e7 check, you can have queens off the board. And of course, Tal will never do that. So he played the move bishop to d5. And now, one idea is queen a5 check. And one idea is bishop e7. तो विश्रुत क्या लगता है आपको इस पोजीशन में? What do you think? इन दोनों में से क्या चाल बेटर है? Bishop e7, queen a5.
Sir, I think bishop e7.
Bishop e7. Okay. So let's see queen a5 पे क्या होता अगर वो खेलता. So the game might continue c3 because it's a check. And then after bishop to e7, knight d6, queen to c5, exchanging the queens because castling was stopped. And after bishop to e3, it is almost equal position and queens are exchanged. Queens are off the board. So this position could have happened, which did not occur. And after bishop g5, black played bishop e7 here, which is also okay move, no problem. Now knight d6 check is a good idea, but then as I told you, there is an opportunity of exchanging the queen. So Tal avoided it and he played a very obvious, very logical move, triple loop, long castle. So now the king is safe. The rook has joined the party on the d file and Tal is ready for his kingside attack, kingside ideas, which we'll very shortly see. And after castle, now he went for knight d6 because now the queen e7 exchange is not there. Now in this position, I think knight b6 is a good move here, which should have been played, knight to b6. But then it's too risky because d file and you are, opening up, the queen is on d8, but that's okay. There is a white queen and knight in between as well. So the game might continue knight c8, queen c8, rook to e1, attacking the bishop, bishop d8, knight to e5 and h6. So it's a very unclear kind of position, but computers tell that it's almost equal position. So this should have been played by black, knight to b6. What did he do? He played a move which is very, I would say, dubious move, queen a5. So what is he trying to do by queen a5? He is probably trying to put pressure on a2, point number one. And secondly, he is trying to play rook d8 at some point in time. That's the two ideas of queen a5. But then Tal played bishop to c4. And now f7 is one target in some variations. Bishop is defending on a2. So bishop c4 is a very good move here. But there is a drawback in bishop c4. Audience, what do you think black should play here and played here? There is a drawback. The only drawback of bishop c4 जो black ने खेला इस समय, क्या लगता है आपको? What do you
Sir,
think?
pawn push to b5.
Pawn to b5. विश्रुत, मुझे एक फीलिंग है कि आपने ये गेम देखा है आज ही. ताल और इस्माइल का गेम आपको पता
नहीं
है
sir, नहीं sir.
ना? नहीं देखा. Very good. Pawn to b5 is a very nice idea. Audience, what do you think? Please write in chat, audience. Pawn to b5 is a good idea as told by Vishrut. Do you guys feel so as well? क्या black ने ये चला होगा इस समय? Pawn to b5. Sharvi is telling b5 is a good move. Saket is telling queen c5. Okay, queen c5, right. Queen c5 is a nice idea, but here I will not capture it. I can now play queen e4 here. Aradhya is telling yes sir, pawn b5. तो बिशप c4 का एक ही प्रॉब्लम है कि ब्लैक को मौका मिल रहा है बिशप अटैक करने का, पॉइंट नंबर 1, और उसको क्वीन साइड ही खेलना है। और अगर आपने बिशप b3 खेला यहाँ पे तो वो c5 भी खेल सकता है, c5 c4 आइडिया लगा सकता है वो, ही माइट फॉर ऑल यू नो। तो b5 वाज प्लेड बाय ब्लैक। अब क्या करना चाहिए, बिशप को बचाओगे क्या कहीं? अगर कहीं दूर बचाओगे तब तो बहुत बेकार चाल है, बिशप c4 तुम चले क्यों? अगर तुमको बिशप को वापस ही आना था देन व्हाई डिड यू प्ले c4 एट द फर्स्ट प्लेस, a2 बचाने के लिए? वो तो क्वीन a2 मारने को तैयार बैठा है अभी। और b3 चलाओगे तो c5 कर ही देगा वो, he'll play c5 here and then c4 as well. Bishop f7 right now is too immature, too immature. It's too early. After rook f7, knight f7, king f7, I don't see any attack of white here. b4 is a very, very, very bad move. b4. No, 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 no. Don't open your king. He can play queen into b4. He can play first queen a3 check. So many things are there. First check he can play. Your idea is good. और जैसे मुझे समझ में आया, मारेगा तो तुम बिशप f7 से डिस्कवर अटैक लगाना चाहते हो, चोर चाल लगा रहे हो तुम। तो पहले चेक देगा बेटा, क्वीन a3 करके बाद में मार के चेक आएगी। ओहो। So what did Tal play here? What do you think Tal had in his mind when he played bishop c4? तो ताल ने पहले इस बिशप को गेम में लाया, बिशप d2 was played here. उसने कहा अभी तो ये मर नहीं सकता क्योंकि क्वीन अटैक है। तो नाउ ब्लैक प्लेड क्वीन e6, अभी भी थ्रेट है पॉन इनटू बिशप मार। तो ताल ने खेला नाइट f5, कहता है मार ले भाई। Arjav is asking what is chor chal. Chor chal means a kind of a thief kind of a move, which is a very trap kind of a move. Trap, it is not a very good move, but we are trying to trap our opponent in a very dubious kind of move that we have played. If he falls in the trap, we can capture his queen or rook or checkmate kind of ideas. So that kind of moves are called as chor chal. Are you getting it? It's a kind of a trap. Trap. You can say trap. Right. So coming back, my dear friends, knight to f5 was played here. If you capture, then knight into bishop is happening. Very good move, so far so good. And of course, he played bishop d8. Now again, the bishop is under attack. And here comes, I have made something for you. And Vishrut, you can't participate in the polls today because you are volunteer, but you can speak anytime. And here comes the poll. Oh, my daughter told me, Papa, you should make poll today. So here comes the poll. If you can see this. The question is, so what is the good move for white here? Or necessary move? It might not be good, it is necessary as well. So you have options. Please mark the answer, audience. Bishop e2, bishop b3, queen h4, or is it bishop d3? Vishrut, you can speak up your answer. What do you think is the answer in these four moves? आप बोल सकते हो. Bishop e2, bishop b3, queen h4, or is it d, bishop d3? ये चार options है आपके पास में. Yes, audience, please participate in the poll. Come on. 75% viewers are saying bishop d3 as of now. अब change हो गया, 60% हो गया bishop d3. 20-20 on queen h4 and bishop e2. अब ऑलमोस्ट बट गया, 30-30-50 आ गया, बिशप d3, बिशप b3. 10% ऑडियंस आर ऑन क्वीन h4. ओके, क्या लगता है आपको इस समय मिखाइल ताल ने क्या मूव चाहिए? सो लेट्स एंड द पोल एंड लेट्स शेयर द रिजल्ट्स एज वेल. 9% bishop e2, 27% bishop e3, 18% on queen h4, and 45% on bishop d3. Right. Yes, Vishrut, bataiye, what do you think?
Sir, I'm not sure. I think bishop d3 is good.
Bishop d3. Okay, right. अब देखो प्रॉब्लम ये है, द मोमेंट यू प्ले बिशप b3 और बिशप d3 फॉर दैट मैटर, वो c5 खेलने वाला है, अटैकिंग द क्वीन. अब तुम जैसे ही कहीं भी क्वीन बचाओगे, h4 चल दो, e3 चल दो, जहां तुम्हारी इच्छा हो, वेर एवर यू प्ले, कहीं भी खेल लो, और वो खेलेगा c4. अब तो बिशप तो मर ही गया. तो अब तुम बोलोगे कि बिशप तो वहां भी मर रहा है, प्रॉब्लम क्या है? प्रॉब्लम ये है कि अगर तुम उस पॉन को आगे बढ़वा के मरवा रहे हो तो वो अटैक पे जल्दी पहुंच रही है, उसकी क्वीन a2 a1 पे जल्दी आ रही है, और मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंटली उसका ये बिशप खुल गया है जो कि c6 की वजह से बंद था. तो अगर हमें पीस पिटवाना ही है, प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, अगर हमें पीस पिटवाना ही है तो हम यहीं पिटवाएंगे ना, हम यहाँ क्यों पिटवाएंगे? तो बिशप b3 इज नॉट गुड, बिशप d3 इज नॉट गुड बाय द सेम लॉजिक, c5 सेम लॉजिक. तो कमिंग बैक, बिशप e2 तो खैर एकदम ही गलत चाल है, क्योंकि इसमें तो वो क्वीन a2 मार लेगा और पहले आ जाएगा, और ये मीटिंग थ्रेड भी आ रही है. तो कहने का मतलब अब तुम्हें समझ में तो आ ही गया है कि चाल, अगर बिशप b3 गलत है, d3 गलत है, e2 गलत है, तो ऑब्वियसली ताल हैज प्लेड क्वीन h4 here, which is very obvious. Queen h4 is definitely the move. He is sacrificing a piece, and that is Mikhail Tal for you. So coming back to Mikhail Tal, in 1960, in World Championship, Mikhail Tal defeated Mikhail Botvinnik. You will be surprised to know that before their match in World Championship, Tal and Botvinnik did not have any face-off match against each other. You will be surprised to know that. So Botvinnik never used to take Tal very seriously, but then Tal defeated him quite convincingly by good margin, I would say. 10 and a half, 8 and a half, 11, 9, something like that. It was a good 2.2 and a half point margin. Now, after Botvinnik got defeated in the World Championship by Tal, after 1 year, he prepared well against Tal. He's seen his all matches, and he realized that this guy knows only attack. He can only sacrifice pieces and win the game. So Botvinnik played in a very strategic manner in the next year, and he defeated Tal by a 4-point margin. And most of the games were pure positional games, which resulted in end games, and he was able to win quite comfortably. So he did not give him any juicy positions wherein Tal could sacrifice a piece or do attack or something like that. So that is Mikhail Tal for you, my dear friend. So in this position, Ismailov was also one of the positional players, but he forgot to understand the ideas, and now he is giving a piece and he wants to play queen g5 with attack. Now you have to capture it. If you don't capture and if you leave the bishop as it is, what was the point of playing b5? And as it is, you will not be able to defend if the bishop remains alive. So he has to capture, there is no doubt about it. And now comes the move queen to g5 as planned. Idea is queen g7 checkmate. Very simple idea. Now there are various options actually. g6 is one of them. Knight h5 is the other, giving the piece immediately back. But then g6 can come if you capture on h5. So there are various options. And queen a2 is of course one option after queen h5. Idea is queen a1 checkmate ideas. So let's look at some of the variations here. What if you play g6? How will Tal proceed? What did he had in mind? So what he had in mind was queen h6 here. Idea is queen g7 checkmate. And after pawn into knight, 2 pieces he has given. And now the move is bishop c3. Oh my God. It looks that white is doing very great attack. But you have 2 pieces. Black is 2 pieces. So maybe after c5 here, queen g5 check, king to h8, queen h6. So if you play king g8, Tal said it was a draw. Queen g5, queen h6. But generally when you are 2 piece up, you might not draw. And you might play rook g8 here. And then knight to g5. My God. Idea is queen h7 checkmate because the knight is pinned. The idea is knight f7 checkmate. So after rook to g7, here is rook e1. This is tal for you. So many analysis, so much of analysis he has given. Rook e1. Idea is rook e8. If you capture, queen h7 checkmate because bishop is pinning the rook then. Can you believe his moves, my dear friends? Can you believe? Two-piece sacrifice. Although it did not happen in the game, but this all is the analysis. Rook e1. So now after king to g8, because now if you play rook e8, the knight will capture because the bishop is no longer pinning the rook here, and knight will support on g7. So after king g8, the move is very simple, bishop f6. Very simple. If you capture by knight, you are the biggest fool on earth because the rook is capturing the d8 bishop. My God. And if you capture by bishop here, then there is rook e8 check. And after knight f8, rook f8. My God, this is tal for you. And now comes knight h7. Clear winning position for white. So this all he analyzed, my dear friends, when he gave pawn into c4 and g6 was not played by Smyslov here. The move played was knight h5. Okay. Now g7 is controlled. So obviously you have to capture here queen into h5, or if you not capture, then maybe you can capture a move later, knight h6 check, which is pin. The pawn is pin here, and after king h8, Tal captured queen h5. Smyslov's captured queen into e2 here. Idea is queen a1 checkmate. So far so good. Now Tal played the move bishop c3, which is very important move because king has to be given a square. Otherwise queen a1 checkmate है. विष्णु समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं? Queen a1 is a checkmate.
Yes, sir.
So bishop c3 is very important, जिससे कि घर मिल जाएगा. If you play queen a1 now, there is a king d2 square. So now this position has come on the board, and here the computers still say it is equal position still, but you have to play the most accurate move. You have to play a most accurate move here. तो ऑडियंस आपकी बारी आ गई है. ब्लैक की तरफ से आपको क्या लगता है? यहाँ पे एक ही मूव है, कंप्यूटर तो दिखा रहा है, वो क्या आप ढूंढ सकते हो? Smyslov did not play this move and lost the game. Can you find the only defending move for black here? Audience, you can write in chat, and Vishrut, you can speak up whenever you want. Black की तरफ से बहुत ही difficult, there is a very difficult move here and probably only move. Poll I will ask you, Arjav. Poll I will do in a minute, just in a minute. But यहाँ पे आप black की तरफ से difficult move ढूंढ सकते हो क्या? F6 is written by Saket as well as Sharvi. F6. Okay. Knight F6. Okay. Knight F6 is also written by one or two people. Knight F6. Right. Pawn to G5. ये क्या कर रहे हो भाई? कौन है ये? पिन है pawn बिशप से. और ऐसी कोई चालें चलते हैं क्या कभी किंग साइड वाली? Queen A1 check is not very accurate क्योंकि king D2 आएगा वो. And then रुक से वापस queen अटैक हो गया. Bishop F6. Okay, Bishop F6, right. F6 is written by 2-3 people. Bishop F6 is also written by 2-3 people. Okay. Sharvi is now telling me knight F6 seems better. Bishop F6 or knight F6 compared to F6. Okay. Right. तो पहले F6 देख लें क्या हम F6 पे क्या होता है दुनिया में. F6 पे the problem is that after rook e1, now it's a clear plus for white. After rook e1. अब उसका कोई मोहरा चल नहीं रहा एक तरह से, और नाइट F7 चेक, ये सारे आइडियाज हमारे पास आ ही रहे हैं। ये बहुत प्लस हो गई वाइट की, मोहरे ही बंद हो गए ना अंदर। तो कमिंग बैक, यहाँ पे आई टेल यू द मूव which should have been played. It's a very difficult move actually. To be honest with you, when I saw the game, I was not able to spot it. And the move is very difficult to find. Bishop C7. This is the only move to draw the game. And now after Bishop C7, the only way to for White to continue forward is to play Knight F7 check, King to G8, and Knight H6 check, King H8, and Knight F7 check. And they say it's a draw position. If you play here, for example, Knight H6 check, pawn into knight, now this becomes good for White. अब ये White जीत गया, यहाँ पे चेकमेट हो जाएगी। अब कैसे? चेक, किंग F7 चेक, ओ हो, मारा, चेक। अब आ जाओ बेटा, किंग G8 जाओगे, क्वीन G7 इज अ चेकमेट विद द सपोर्ट ऑफ दिस डेडली बिशप। बहुत खतरनाक बिशप है। तो यू शुड नेवर कैप्चर, यू शुड नेवर गिव द डायगोनल ओपन। ये तो मतलब बेसिक दिख रहा है। हो सकता है यू माइट नॉट बी एबल टू कैलकुलेट चेकमेट, but some conviction, some idea in you should tell that the checkmate will happen for sure. तो अब यहाँ पे मेट कैसे होगी? किंग G6 जाएगा वो, तो भाई साहब क्वीन E6 पे चेक देंगे हम, G7 नहीं देंगे, E6 देंगे। G7 तुम आ नहीं सकते, सारे स्क्वायर ब्लॉक है। रुक F6 आओगे, मार ही देंगे क्वीन से। किंग H5 एक ही घर है, और अब यहाँ आके मात नहीं होगी तो कहाँ होगी यार? विश्रुत, कैन यू टेल द चेकमेट? एक ही चाल की चेक एंड मेट है बेटा।
Yes, sir. G4.
G4, वाओ, G4।
Hmm.
और क्या बढ़िया मेट है, देखो। G4 is supported by queen. Yes, queen का सपोर्ट। तो coming back to this position, bishop C7 should have been played, and after knight F7, king G8, knight H6, king H8, white also has got nothing better to draw in that case. But the move played here was knight F6. And now comes the poll. What is the amazing move for white here, which was missed by the 7th world champion, Smyslov? What is the amazing move of white here? And here comes your poll. कहाँ गया पोल? एक मिनट भाई लोगों, यार ये तो आ ही नहीं रहा पोल, क्या चक्कर है? सेव नहीं हुआ क्या? अच्छा, हाँ एक मिनट, यहाँ है ना, ये रहा। Yes, I think you can see now. What is the typical tal move here for white? What is the typical tal move here for white? क्या चला होगा यहाँ पे मिखाइल ताल? A queen F7, B knight F7 check, C rook into D8, or is it D bishop into F6? क्या लगता है आपको? Queen F7, knight F7 check, rook into D8, or is it D bishop into F6? Come on guys. Oh, 71% लोगों का कहना है Queen F7, क्योंकि मैंने हिंट दिया ना टिपिकल ताल, तो सब लोगों को लगा पिटाओ, बोले यार पिटाना तो है ही इसका मतलब। What is the typical tal move here? Okay, let's end the poll and let's share the results, my dear friend. 60% are Queen F7, 20 on Knight F7, 10% on Rook D8, and 10% on Bishop into F6. Okay. तो ऑडियंस इज सो वेरी राइट। विश्रुत बताओ भाई, क्या लगता है क्वीन F7 मार ले क्या? पिटा ले क्वीन?
Sir, I'm not sure if we should
तो
do that.
मरवा लो यार, रुक से अगर मारेगा तो ये पीछे मेट होने के चांसेस हो जाएंगे, बैक रैंक आइडिया कुछ कुछ लग जाएगा।
Yes, sir.
तो क्वीन f7 was played by मिखाइल ताल, क्वीन into f7। वाओ। तो पहले हम ये देख लेते हैं कि रुक into d8 दिखने में बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, मगर ये बहुत गंदी चाल है, क्योंकि वो पहले तुम्हें चेक देगा बेटे, पहले चेक देगा वो। प्लीज लुक एट ब्लैक्स मूव्स एज वेल, always count checks, always calculate checks. So after queen check, king d2, and now he will capture your rook with a check as well. My god, my god. तो उसको एक चाल का बेनिफिट भी हो गया और हमारा कुछ अटैक भी नहीं है, देयर इज नो अटैक एज सच। तो कमिंग बैक, ये अच्छी चाल नहीं है। तो रुक इनटू d8 तो अच्छी नहीं है अब। तो और क्या करें ऑप्शन में, नाइट f7 चेक नहीं, इसमें तो वो किंग g8 आ ही जाएगा, नाइट h6 तुम ड्रॉ कर सकते हो, वो आइडिया तुम्हारे पास हमेशा है, बट विन नहीं है कहीं से। बिशप इंटू f6 मारोगे, बहुत गंदी चाल है, वो सिंपल बिशप से मार ले। अब जीत गया ब्लैक, नाउ ब्लैक इज क्लियरली विनिंग दिस पोजीशन। तो इसीलिए क्वीन f7 was played by Tal, and now if you capture here, of course you are a very big fool because rook into d8 is a back rank idea, मात ही नहीं बचती है। नाइट e8 आओगे तो भी मरेगा, नाइट g8 आओगे तो भी मरेगा, ओ माय गॉड, रुक f8 भी मरेगा, सब मर जाएंगे बैक रैंक। तो क्वीन f7 यू ऑफ कोर्स कांट कैप्चर द क्वीन हियर, तो करोगे क्या, व्हाट विल यू डू देन? आइडिया क्या है, आइडिया क्वीन f8 है। तो उन्होंने खेला क्वीन a1 चेक, तो बचा लिया, क्या प्रॉब्लम है। अब अगर तुम क्वीन मारोगे तो वो भी ऑब्वियसली क्वीन मार लेगा, पहले हाथी से यहाँ मार के चेक देके जीत गया ब्लैक, जीत गया व्हाइट आराम से। ओके, तो गेम में क्या हुआ, रुक f7। अब अगर वो क्वीन इंटू d1 मारता तो क्या होता, तो हम रुक से मारते, आफ्टर रुक f7 check, king to g8 and knight into d8. Please count the number of pieces. Please count the number of pieces. कहा तो ताल sacrificed one piece, and now after the entire attack, जब बादल छट गए हैं, अब आप मोहरे गिनिए, ताल के पास आप पाएंगे that white is having one piece more, one piece is extra with white here. Okay, तो इसीलिए in the game king to d2, rook f7 was played by black. And now very simple, knight into rook check, king to g8, rook into queen, king into f7, white is simple exchange up, white के पास दो आती है, and after knight check, king e6, knight into pawn, knight e4 check, king e3, bishop check, bishop d4, and in this position black resigned. Clear exchange up दो आती है with winning initiatives, pawn is also more. ओके, तो लेट्स सी द गेम अगेन। विश्रुत, मजा आया कि नहीं गेम में?
Yes, sir.
अरे यार, ये अचानक ही हो गया। हाँ, तो इसमें शार्वी इज आस्किंग व्हाई डिड नॉट ही कैप्चर दिस नाइट। तो अभी अगर तुम ये नाइट मारोगे तो तुम्हारा ये भी तो हैंगिंग है, बिशप b7 से ये भी तो पिटेगी, हालांकि ये भी विनिंग है, मैंने एक नाइट मारा और मेरा वापस एक नाइट मर गया, एक्सचेंज तो मेरे पास ज्यादा ही रहा, बट उसमें उसके दोनों मोहरे खुल गए ना, दोनों पीस थोड़े ओपन हो गए। तो उससे बहुत बेटर है कि आई मीन इफ आई कैन प्रोबेबली एक्सचेंज द बिशप पेयर एज वेल, एक एक बिशप एक्सचेंज हो ही रहा है यहाँ, ये तो थ्रेट है ही है, दिस इज एज इट इज अ थ्रेट। And another threat is bishop into bishop because the pawn is pinned and I can capture the rook also. So the moment you have exchange up, so the moment you simplify the position, the better for you. Okay, my dear friends, so if you like the game, you can write in chat. आप लिख सकते हैं chat पे, did you enjoy the game? मजा आया कि नहीं? Okay, yes, amazing, awesome. So now let's go forward. Right. तो what is our next idea? क्या होता है आगे, पता है क्या आपको विश्रुत? क्या आने वाला है अगला?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The move of the day.
Move of the day. Yes. Most amazing move of the day. Most amazing move. So this move, this position, as Vishnu told you earlier, it was played in 1925. White is Janowski and the black player is Shemish. Now Janowski was a Poland, France, kind of a player, Polish and France. He was his countries, and he was a great tactician. Janowski, if you see his games, and Capablanca used to fear from him a lot, although he has defeated Janowski various times. But in his about him, he said that Janowski is one of the most feared opponent of myself. और यहाँ जोनोस्की जो है ये बहुत अटैकिंग वेरी वेरी ह्यूज टैक्टिशियन प्लेयर बट द प्रॉब्लम इज व्हाई जोनोस्की वाज नॉट इन द टॉप 5 or top 3 of the world because he used to hate end games and I always used to tell my students in class end games are the most important part in chess अगर तुम्हें एक लेवल के आगे जाना है चैंपियन लेवल तक जाना है you have to be amazing in end games और जोनोस्की की यही प्रॉब्लम थी he used to hate end games तो उसको मिडिल गेम में सैक्रिफाइस कुछ तो करना ही था मात लगानी है लग गई तो ठीक है नहीं लगी तो एंड गेम में तो वैसे ही हारना है समथिंग लाइक ओके तो दिस गेम इज आल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज 1925 के जेनोस्की के इस गेम के बाद से ही माय डियर फ्रेंड्स द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ ब्रिलियंसी प्राइज स्टार्टेड तो ये पहला गेम है ये इतिहास में चेस में फर्स्ट गेम है ये आफ्टर विच brilliancy prize was given by FIDE. So after seeing the move what Janowski played here, can you believe? After seeing the move of Janowski, the panel of judges thought we should have or we should encourage the players by giving brilliancy prizes. So this was the first game to which brilliancy prize has been awarded. The concept of brilliancy prize started. Janowski. Sharvi has already written the move. Okay, Saket has already written the move. Nice audience. Very nice audience. So the question is, what is the move played by White here? Aarti ma'am is here. Vaibhav is here. Wow. Very nice moves written by everyone. So let us do a poll. Okay, and let's launch it. But there is no point in poll because I know all of you will answer correctly in poll. By now you know me very well. What is the move played by White here? A rook g3, B queen g5, C bishop into d6, or is it D any other amazing move? और जैसा कि हर बार होता आया है 90% of people have written any other amazing move. 90% of them. Bishop, rook g3, queen g5, bishop into d6, or any other amazing move. So let's see the results. 91% any other amazing move. By this time you know me very well. And right. So what is the move then? Some of you have already written me in chat the move, and some of you are writing, thinking to write. Rook g3 तो सही नहीं है यार चार. Rook g3 पे वो bishop into e5 मार रहा है. Queen g5 भी सही नहीं है. इस पे भी वो bishop से मार लेगा. Bishop into g7 तो एकदम गलत चाल है. Rook e8 लगा देता हूँ. ना ना ना. तो ये तीनों तो मैंने ऑप्शन में दिए ही थे. Obviously any other answer है. तो क्या करना चाहिए? विश्रुत बताओ भाई क्या लगता है आपको? Your papa has told a move.
Yes, sir.
What do you think? बहुत डिफिकल्ट चाल है मतलब इतनी जबरदस्त चाल है कि फीडे ने सोचा We should give brilliancy prize for such moves.
Hmm. Yes, sir.
क्या लगता है?
Sir, is it Queen at 6, sir?
क्वीन H6 लग रहा है विश्रुत को. क्वीन H6. ऑडियंस सही बोल रहे क्या ये? Sharvi is telling the same move. Queen
Yeah.
H6. Vaibhav is telling the same move as well. Queen H6. Mishka is telling yes, sir, it is the move. Oh my God, Queen पिटाते हुए सीधी.
Yes, sir. Then Queen Rook to G3.
Queen H6. The idea is Queen H7 checkmate. The idea is Queen into G7 checkmate. And if you capture the Queen, then it is Rook to G3. And can you believe is a checkmate? Nothing can come in between. You can't capture my Rook and you can't go anywhere the King. Oh ho ho. Checkmate. Queen H6. What a nice move here. What a nice move. Queen H6. So यहाँ पे after Queen H6, Shemish is also a very, very strong player. He was also a grandmaster. And he thought for some 30, 34, 35 minutes, Shemish. And उसने ऐसा कुछ काम किया यार शेमिश ने यहाँ पर, कैन यू बिलीव, 34 मिनट सोचकर उसने ये मेट ही बचा ली. क्वीन H7, G7, रुक G3. कैन यू बिलीव उसने मेट बचा ली. 34 मिनट सोचकर शेमिश ने मेट खाई नहीं. उसने ये मेट ही नहीं खाई. बताओ क्या किया शेमिश ने?
Yes, sir. Resign as always.
He resigned. Shamish resigned in this position. Can you believe? He resigned. So let's look at some analysis. What would have happened had he played here bishop into e5. तो queen h7 is a checkmate. चलो ठीक है भाई. G h6 तो हम देख चुके हैं. What would have happened had he played pawn to f6? pawn f6 पे क्या होएगा? pawn f6 पे ये मेट भी बच गई है और ये मेट भी बच गई क्योंकि किंग का रास्ता खुल गया है. तो क्या होगा आगे? तो भाई साहब वो खेलेगा चेक. कहाँ जाओगे? किंग f7. अब वो खेलेगा बिशप इंटू d6. अब ये मर रहा है और ये मर रहा है. क्या करोगे? अगर चेक दोगे सिंपल तो वो तो किंग f1 आ जाए. कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं लाइफ में. और बिशप g6 का आइडिया ही रहे. तो अगर क्वीन d6 मारोगे, क्वीन d6 मारोगे भाई साहब, तो सिंपल मूव है बिशप g6 चेक. अब क्या करोगे? e7 e6 कहीं तो आओगे और आजा बेटा रुक चेक. और आजा बेटा दूसरा रुक d1, क्वीन g7, सब आ जाओ दुनिया में. तो मजा नहीं आया ले देके. तो कमिंग बैक, f5 पे क्या करोगे? f5. ओहो हो. आइडिया, क्वीन g7 मेट इज स्टॉप बाय द क्वीन. नाउ f5 पे कैसे मेट है? तो f5 पे मेट बता दूं क्या तुम्हें? बहुत जबरदस्त मेट, मजा आ जाएगा लाइफ. बिशप c4 चेक. कैन यू बिलीव? कैन यू बिलीव द मूव? ओहो हो. क्वीन ओवरलोडेड है बिकॉज द क्वीन इज प्रोटेक्टिंग g7. तो अगर तुमने क्वीन इंटू c4 मारा तो क्वीन g7 चेकमेट है. तो भाई साहब बिशप c4 पे अगर तुम रुक बीच में आ गए, रुक f7. व्हाट इज द मूव नाउ? इसको मारना नहीं है यार. कम ऑन यार. यस विश्रुत.
Yes, sir. Queen G7.
हाँ चेकमेट है ये. वो रुक
Pin
को मार
है.
नहीं सकता.
Pin है वो.
पिन है. द बिशप इज पिनिंग द रुक हियर. वेल डन इलाक्षी. वेल डन अरीशा. क्वीन g7 इज अ चेकमेट हियर. तो f5 बिशप c4 पे तुम क्वीन f7 बीच में आओगे तो भी, समझ रहे हो, क्वीन नहीं मारेंगे हम. आई एम नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन द क्वीन. आई एम नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन द क्वीन. आई एम इंटरेस्टेड इन द किंग. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट चेस. Queen g7 checkmate is the idea because the black queen is
Pin.
by the bishop. So my dear friends, coming back, I hope you enjoyed the move queen h6. बताओ मजा आया कि नहीं? Please write in chat.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, guys, please write. Sharvi, yes. Very much, very nice. Awesome. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you so much. Now, my dear friends, homework time. I would like to say, please participate in homework. Please send mail. There was only one correct answer last week as well. Tanishi has got the prize, Google Pay prize. Only one student got correct answer here. And sorry, Sharvi as well, Sharvi. But I will, she's here only, so I might not give the prize to her. But though two students got correct answer. The question was, is this position a legal position? ये जो पोजीशन है बोर्ड पे आपको दिख रही है, ये लास्ट वीक का होमवर्क था. इज इट अ लीगल पोजीशन? ये गेम में आ सकती है क्या? कैन इट अकर इन चेस? इज इट अ लीगल पोजीशन? दिस वाज द क्वेश्चन. नाउ द आंसर इज नो, इट इज नॉट लीगल. एंड द रीजन सुन लो अब आप ध्यान से. दिस pawn has come from b2, that means one capture. This pawn has come from c2, that means two captures, three captures, four captures, and five captures. So the total number of captures which white has done are 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, which means 15. 15 total captures are done. The total number of pieces which black has are 16, and out of them 2 are already written on the board. We can see the 2 pieces on the board. So that means black must have got captured not more than 14 pieces. Not more than 14. Are you guys getting it? लेकिन व्हाइट ने तो 15 कैप्चर
Yes,
किए
sir.
हैं. ये तो 1 है, ये 2 है, ये 3 है. तो 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 15 कैप्चर हुए हैं. लेकिन कैप्चर तो 14 ही हुए हैं, उससे ज्यादा नहीं हो सकते. एंड देयरफॉर दिस पोजीशन इज not legal. It is not legal. It was so easy question. I thought I will get so many correct answers and I will have to pick and choose 3 random cheap prizes. But unfortunately, only one correct answer, only 2 correct answers we got. My dear friends, please participate in the homework. 100 रुपए का जीपे है. आपको मेल करने हैं आंसर्स chesswithgauravbakliwal@gmail.com. I will write again in chat. chesswithgauravbakliwal@gmail.com. राइट. तो इस पे आप मेल कीजिए करेक्ट आंसर. दिस टाइम आई एम गिविंग यू 2 पजल्स. तो आपको कैसे लिखना है? होमवर्क ए, आंसर ऑफ होमवर्क ए एंड आंसर ऑफ होमवर्क बी. 2 पोजीशन है आपके लिए. तो पहली पोजीशन है ए पोजीशन, ये रही. योर क्वेश्चन इज दिस पोजीशन लीगल? तो प्लीज मेल मी ए और फिर आपको आंसर लिखना है यस या नो विद योर रीजनिंग, विद योर लॉजिक. यूट्यूब पे ये वीडियो है, यू कैन सी दिस 10 टाइम्स, नो प्रॉब्लम. यू कैन टेक अ स्क्रीनशॉट राइट नाउ. जो मर्जी करिए आप, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. द क्वेश्चन इज, क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, इज दिस पोजीशन अ लीगल पोजीशन? क्या आपको लगता है ये लीगल पोजीशन? यस या नो? बहुत इजी क्वेश्चन है दोनों. इज दिस पोजीशन अ लीगल पोजीशन? यस और नो, गिव द लॉजिक टू इट. होमवर्क नंबर 1. ओके, क्लियर ऑल ऑफ यू? क्वेश्चन समझ में आ गया? पोजीशन समझ में आ गई? यू कैन वॉच दिस वीडियो अगेन एंड अगेन. कोई जल्दी नहीं है. वेडनेसडे रात तक आपको मेल करना है. राइट. बी पोजीशन, इज दिस पोजीशन अ लीगल पोजीशन? ये जो पोजीशन है, क्या ये बोर्ड पे आ सकती है? इज दिस पोजीशन अ लीगल पोजीशन? तो आपको फिर से आंसर करना है यस या नो विद लॉजिक, विद रीजनिंग. आपको लगता है लीगल है तो आपको रीजन लिखना पड़ेगा कि कैसे हो सकता है, हाउ इट इज पॉसिबल. और नो अगर आपको लगता है तो यू विल हैव टू राइट द रीजन व्हाई इट इज नॉट. व्हाट मेक्स यू से सो. राइट, गॉट इट ऑल ऑफ यू? तो नेक्स्ट संडे हम करेंगे सेशन. नेक्स्ट संडे हम करेंगे. आई एम सर्चिंग फॉर अ गुड वॉलंटियर. कोई बनना चाहता है तो कॉन्टेक्ट मी, else I will do without volunteer, but next Sunday we will do the session 100%. Any questions guys? Anything? Okay, yes, Vishnu.
Yes, sir. First of all, I would like to thank you for this opportunity to volunteer the event. I enjoyed very much, and it was great fun to interact with you as well as the lovely audience. It really gave me a nice platform to learn chess with you and to be a part of this YouTube video. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Wow, very nice, Vishnu. Thank you so much. I am feeling so good. I am feeling so proud. My family, kids, they are so amazing at this young age. Well
Yes,
done.
sir.
Very good. Very good. Thank you, audience. Thank you so much. Thank you.